Well, howdy folks. Today we're going to learn about aloe, specifically Aloe vera bardensis Miller, seen here. First, the facts on aloe. They're a succulent plant, which means that they're made up of thick fleshy tissues adapted for water storage, important for how we're going to take care of them. There are over 650 species, and I'm grabbing an Aloe ferox, F-E-R-O-X, here. It's got a couple of pups in there, if you can see. And aloe is used in a variety of ways, such as topically treating burns, psoriasis, acne, even dandruff. I'll be making a follow-up video where I make soap, and it can be taken orally to help with dehydration. Other benefits include it's got antioxidants, helps with a variety of skin conditions, digestive issues, even helps with some oral health issues. That said, it is also a laxative. Fortunately, that part can be easily processed out. So if you're consuming it, just soak the leaves for about 30 minutes or so, refresh the water a few times, and you're just looking to make sure that there's no more yellow viscous substance coming out of the leaf if you give it a little squeeze, because that is the laxative that we're trying to get rid of. Unless you're consuming it for that reason. Just don't overdo it though. For the most part, we are after the fleshy part inside the skin, the green part here, because the skin is not going to be pleasant tasting. Second, how to grow it. Fortunately, aloe is a very easy plant to care for typically. You just want to plant them in well-draining soil, about a 50-50 mix of soil and perlite or sand. Ideally, water them every 2 weeks. Remember, they are designed to store water, and normally when they're outdoors, they go through cycles of drought and heavy rain. So you want to simulate that if you're caring for them indoors. Specifically for this Aloe vera bardensis Miller species, if the leaves are getting darker, that should mean that the plant is not getting enough water. So if you are giving it enough water, you might have root rot, and they'll start to yellow and rot if you're overwatering. Finally, sunlight. They typically prefer morning sun and need a minimum of 6 hours a day or a full day of indirect sun. That is dependent on the species. The Aloe vera bardensis Miller likes a little bit less versus that Aloe ferox is fine with a full day of full sun. So if it's yellowing, and it shouldn't, it's getting too much sun. And if it's stretching and leaning a lot, it's probably not getting enough. It might not be all species of aloe, but certainly these two will reproduce in two ways. The cheapest is to just repot these pups, which are these little clones that you see in this pot in front of me, that a mature plant just starts to grow in good conditions. You can root around with a finger and dig these out and pluck them off of the main root system and replant them, but you can damage the roots of the mother and the little pup. So I tend to repot the whole thing, and it's just much more gentle on the plants themselves. In just a few minutes, I'll be quiet and show you that exact procedure. Some types can also be propagated by taking a cutting, but I don't believe that most work that way. Most will need root tissue to grow roots. So usually taking a cutting will simply produce a rotten aloe leaf. But the other way that these two species will propagate is in the warmer weather, or if you're living in just a warmer zone and the plant is outdoors, then it may be pollinated, after which it will flower, and then you can gather the seeds and replant those wherever you'd like. And third, harvesting. Very easy. Just sterilize some shears or a razor blade, cut the leaves as close to the stem without cutting the stem. You can peel them off, but again, it's one of those, it may harm the plant ever so slightly. Finally, storage. Again, very easy. Once you've processed the plant, the flesh can be just frozen. I'll be making aloe ice cubes that I can use to make soap or just add to water and drink it. And that's it for today. I'm going to let this run. Stay tuned if you want to see how to repot an aloe plant. I hope you enjoyed this video. Go ahead and give it a like, share, and subscribe. And remember, folks, if you're not growing, then, well, you're not growing.